Hey there, welcome to this video today where we're going to talk about mastering slow flips in real estate. This is going to be a comprehensive guide to understanding, executing, and profiting from slow flips. I'm going to make this awesome, easy, and accessible without burying you in a bunch of useless information. You're going to love this. Let's jump right into it. So first and foremost, let's get this out of the way and discuss what is a slow flip exactly. The short version is that we buy a property cheaply and then immediately we sell that with seller financing, which works out to be at a higher price than what we bought it for, and we get to collect monthly payments for the long term. So the definition of a slow flip is that it's not a rental because it is a sale with payments. It's like when you go to the suburbs, you drive around, you see a house for sale. Ah, I like that one, let's buy it. You're going to go to a bank, you're going to get approved, you're going to put down a down payment, and you're going to make payments. Technically, you're going to say, I own this. You're the buyer, right? You're going to say, I own this property, and you maintain the property. But the great thing is that because we've bought this property and now we're reselling it on payments, you get to act like the bank. So why do slow flips work? Well, there's millions of people who cannot qualify for traditional loans. People who, we're talking about good, hardworking people who maybe just don't either have enough of a down payment or maybe their credit isn't so great and they can't do it through the traditional way. Slow flips work because the properties are cheap and we're able to achieve a high spread between what we buy it for and what we resell it for. And the great thing is it gives us predictable passive cash flow. So let's look at a sample deal breakdown. You go and purchase a property for $30,000. You go and immediately resell it for $89,000. You get $3,000 as a down payment, and you're also bringing in $875 a month for the next 30 years. How awesome is that? Slow flips dominate over rentals because you don't have to deal with tenants and renters calling you. You don't have to deal with repairs. This is going to work out to being higher cash flow in the end. And above all, your buyer handles all the maintenance. Now, who's going to go and buy these slow flip properties? Well, these are people who can't get traditional financing. We're talking about blue collar families, people who understand the value that's being given to them with this opportunity to buy a house on payments and then go and fix it up themselves, right? These are houses that need a little work, need a little love, and they're able to go in and do this. They're able to do it themselves, or they know people who can help them do it. They know that they can do it cheaply because we're giving them fixed payments for the next 30 years. Now, it comes to paperwork and protection. We're going to be selling the property using what's called a contract for deed. If we're dealing with a lender involved, if we're going to be borrowing money to buy our slow flip property, then you're going to be using a promissory note and deed of trust. Now, when the buyer moves in, everything that's their responsibility is going to be outlined in the contract, and they'll get a complete amortization schedule for their new slow flip. Now, are there risks in slow flips? Absolutely. Right, so what are some of the risks of a slow flip? Well, there's that the buyer stops paying, and we have to go through some type of foreclosure or legal method to get the property back and get someone else in there who is going to make payments. Because we're buying remotely, in most cases with slow flips, maybe the property is in worse shape than we expected when we were initially assessing it. And after we acquire the property, there's going to be a period. It's going to take some time to fill the property. Sometimes it can happen quite quickly. Sometimes it can take over 30 days. Now, slow flips, we've got an awesome income potential here. One slow flip can generate anywhere from $400 to $800 a month. My mentor says to factor about $500 a month, but realistically, I'd say it could be a little bit higher. $650. When you see some of the examples of other slow flips, you'll see that the amount of cash flow that the property can produce can be even higher, over $800 a month. So if you've got 20 of these slow flips, you're going to be generating anywhere from $8,000 to $16,000 a month with just 20 properties. And really the process is pretty simple, right? We're looking for cheap properties anywhere from $10,000 to $40,000. $30,000 is kind of the sweet spot. Then you verify the livability, the electric, the plumbing, the roof. Make sure that someone can go and actually live there. Then you buy the property, whether you're using cash or private money. Then you turn around and sell it on seller financing with a contract for deed. So let's dig a little bit deeper into these here. So as far as finding the property, we're going to locate the property via wholesalers, auctions, agents, online tools. There's lots of different ways to find properties. Some people are doing deals right off MLS. Next, we need to check the livability. You need to have a criteria as far as what you are going to buy. What is your livability criteria to make sure that someone could go there and live there? You want to make sure that the place isn't completely gutted, right? We do have a criteria when it comes to slow flips. Next, you're going to buy the property. Again, whether you're financing it yourself or you're going to be using a private money lender. This allows us to do a quick close and take the property. Immediately, we're going to turn around, list it, and sell it using a contract for deed as well as a down payment. Once we find a buyer, we want them to understand that they're responsible for the home, for its maintenance, for its repairs, because they're buying the house from us, right? We get to act like the bank, and they are buying the house from us, so technically they are the owner. And that's why we have a difference between rentals, because no one's going to care about something that they're renting, but people are going to care about something that they own. Once they're in, we get to collect the principal and interest and monthly payments from them. And if we're using a private money lender at the end of that term, we're going to be able to enjoy free and clear cash flow. We don't have to deal with tenants or rent collection issues, right? Someone says, well, I'm not paying rent because of this problem or this problem. They're the homeowner. They deal with the problems. I think being a landlord ultimately is kind of a trap because you have downtime, you have repair costs. Slow flips, once you get in someone who's excited and thankful for the opportunity that you've given them to buy this property and become a homeowner, you're going to get stable, predictable income from this property. And that's why I'm so excited to do more slow flips in the upcoming year here because of challenges that people have with mortgage rates, traditional banks, credit checks. It can be challenging. Like I say, these are for good people. Maybe they don't have great credit, but they've got a good job. They're hardworking people, and they just want to enjoy the benefits of home ownership. And if we look at conservative numbers here, if we have 20 slow flips that are generating $500 a month, that's $10,000 a month coming in from just 20 properties. And it really breaks down into 3 phases. You have to learn how to learn the slow flip model and be able to analyze deals, then move and actually take that first step and close on your first deal. And then after that, it's just a matter of scaling. How are you going to do it? Most likely, it's going to involve using private money lenders because you're only going to have so much of your own cash that you can use for these types of deals. And once you understand the power of private money lenders using other people's money, you're going to fully embrace it so that you can scale and build your empire faster. And the great thing is when you sell your slow flip, you're going to get anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 as a down payment. It's a very simple paperwork in the end after you've done your first slow flip. You don't have to do any repairs. This is all passed along to the end buyer on the house that they are buying because you're selling it as is. And then from there, once you go and start acquiring slow flips, you'll be able to set out, what are your goals? Where do you want to be in 3 years? What are the milestones you want to achieve in your real estate business? What makes for a great slow flip deal? Well, we're looking for a house in the range of $20,000 to $40,000. We want to make sure that the livability factor, we want minor cosmetic issues only. If there's a major problem with the roof, if there's a hole in the roof or rainwater can actively come through, that's not an ideal slow flip. We're looking for stable, blue-collar neighborhoods. We're able to get about 2 to 3x on a purchase price to our end buyer. So let's take a look at an example deal here. I'm going to show you one that was purchased for $19,000, sold for $69,000 with a $2,000 down payment and $750 a month. Because I want you to understand that regular people, just like myself, are out here doing these types of deals. And that, yes, you can do this too. You can see here, Frances, it's her second slow flip. And the cool thing about this one is she got it, this slow flip she purchased off MLS. So her second slow flip is filled. It was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath she purchased off MLS for $19,000, all in for $21,500. This is kind of the rule with slow flips that I've talked about in other videos, where if you're buying a slow flip, whatever it's listed for, factor in about 10% for closing costs and additional costs associated with buying it here. Sold for $69,500, $2,000 down payment, $750 a month. And that was in Saginaw, Michigan. So you can see there's lots of places in America where this will work. And I want to show you how you can go even farther with that. Because for me, it started with a single book. And you'll be able to click on a link here in the profile and get access to this book. But for watching this video, as a little thank you to you and how grateful I am for slow flips in my life, I want to make this deal even sweeter for you. So the book is called The Art of the Slow Flip. And you can get the book today, instant delivery, along with the Slow Flips to Freedom. It's a mini course focused on getting you up to speed with the concepts from the Slow Flips ebook so that you walk away knowing how slow flips work from A to Z. You also get access to a private community of over 1,700 real estate investors working together to grow and collaborate together. You're also going to get the private money VIP training, because you might be feeling a little bit worried, like how do you actually go and raise $30,000 to go and buy a slow flip? Well, this training is for you because it'll show you how to find private money lenders, whether it's to get your first slow flip or many more after that. There's also a discovering deals training. This training will reveal the secrets to locating properties and generating motivated seller leads in any market. This is what we use to overload your business with leads. And you also get where to find $30,000 deals. This is a short cheat sheet that will show you 5 free ways to find deals for $30,000. But wait, there's more. I want to give you an additional $497 worth of free bonuses. If you go and get Scott's book today with my special link below this video, I will include my Escape the Landlord Trap special report. It's basically a detailed breakdown of 27 real slow flip deals. I cover the purchase price, the sales price, the down payment, monthly cash flow, timeline, lesson they learned, and you'll be able to see a pattern behind repeatable slow flip success. I also do a complete full video walkthrough through the entire report, and I show you the steps I would take in my first 24 hours if I had to restart my slow flip business today. I also include a quick start checklist for you. This is a printable step-by-step guide that'll show you exactly what to do next when it comes to your LLC setup, banking setup, deal sourcing, my personal slow flip criteria, marketing your slow flip, payment collection setup, all of that outlined in a checklist. Lastly, you get the slow flip money math training. This is a deep dive into the financial engine behind slow flips. I break down the actual numbers, the returns, cash flow, payoff timelines, and real deal examples so you can understand how slow flips generate predictable, stable income, whether you're funding it yourself or with other people's money. So here you can see, here's a look inside the actual report itself. I do a full video walkthrough of all 27 investors here. We can take a look and see here. Let's take a quick look at one here with Chris, who says slow flip number 17 is officially filled. We're so grateful for our awesome fill team. Here's the scoop on this one. Purchase price, $31,000, closed with total title. We used a PML for part of it and paid the rest out of pocket. Sold for $89,000, collecting $875 a month. Congratulations to Chris. Here's how to get your $497 worth of bonuses completely free. Step 1 is to grab your copy of the Slow Flip book using my special link below. Once you got the book, just upload a screenshot on the form linked in the description so I can confirm your order. After it's confirmed, I'll send the bonuses straight to your inbox. The whole process takes less than 30 seconds, and this bonus won't be available anywhere else, so make sure you grab it before you forget. My name is Sean Bailey. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.